Sarah, I want to say that maybe a year and a half ago or 2 years ago was when you first mentioned that Iris Van Herpen was coming to Atlanta. So you've been working on this exhibit for quite some time now.
Yeah, it's actually really from like the idea of it has been about 4 years.
4 years?
Yeah, so it's kind of been crazy. I had the opportunity to see her first solo show in Europe at the Groninger in 2012. And when I saw her works in person, that was really transformative because in 2 dimensions, you see so many aspects, but when you get to see them in the round, you see the craftsmanship, the way they're made, and the kind of artistic nature of them. So that's when I started working on figuring out how to bring it here, and this show is actually co-organized with them. So we've worked with them to make this happen.
It is so impressive. I mean, just walking through these floors, I can't even pick a favorite. I mean, they are absolutely stunning. And I have to admit, I've never actually seen digital printing in person. I've only ever seen it, in photographs or on video. This is spectacular.
Well, I think that's one of the things that's so great about this, because people talk so much about 3D printing, but to see it in this incredibly artistic interpretation changes the way you kind of view it, because it sort of has this sense of technology and very practical and theoretical, and here it's just incredibly aesthetically beautiful.
So now, are you and Iris besties?
Well,
you've been working on this for 4 years. You've got to be
that's one
girlfriends
of the things.
now.
Well, no, it's been really great. I mean, that's one of the wonderful things about working on a project this long is you really develop a relationship. It is about trust and about a sort of commitment that you're committed to their work. You want to show it in the way that really acknowledges them and the way they function and think. So it is about trust. And yeah, I mean, I've had the opportunity to go see her last 4 runway shows, which was really
4? Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, which was really exciting, and it's exciting to see the interpretation of them on the runway, and then knowing that we're going to take that and put them in a totally static environment. And so it changes it, right? They're no longer about movement, but it's really about the detail and the silhouettes and the form and the craft.
Well, with Van Herpen, I mean, she's got, if I understand this correctly, a dance background. So she's definitely interested in movement. But she also interned with Alexander McQueen. Yeah. Now, how much of an influence do you think that was on her work?
Well, I think all of those were influential. I mean, I think, who we work with and what we do, it shapes the way we think and we create. And I think it teaches her this kind of fearlessness. I mean, I think she's very clear about her own voice and is really comfortable expressing that. I mean, I think one of the reasons she enjoys being in Amsterdam is because she can just be in her world making. And so she isn't so bombarded with kind of all these other things.
Now, I'm very, very excited to hear that the High Museum has acquired a few of Iris's pieces in the permanent collection, right? Mm-hmm.
I had been thinking all along, we've been on this journey with the show, we've done all these things. It would be really special if we could take a piece into the collection. So I'd been thinking about it, and I guess it was about a year ago, I was at her runway show, and the night before the show, they took me up to the kind of this, the top of this atelier, and you got like the moonlight coming in. It was pretty magical.
I'm jealous.
And they pull out of the crate this dress, which is the ice dress.
Oh, that's right.
And the moonlight hits it, and I just like turned to them and said, I want this. Like, we want this for the museum. And at the time they were saying, well, we just made this, like it hasn't even been seen. We're not sure. And this is a piece that she has been, she had conceived of for a really long time and couldn't figure out how to make. And in the end, it's 3D printed with a transparent polymer. But it took them they didn't really think they could do it. It was a lot of evolution to get to where it was. So they were not sure, but I was really like, this is a
This
piece.
is it.
I
We want
this
this one.
piece. So I was really excited, and they're very excited that we have it, and I think it's just a perfect kind of marriage. The other piece we acquired is from Hybrid Holism. It's also another 3D printed. It's all about fractals and geometry, and it kind of creates this amazing pattern. And then we own a pair of shoes.
Okay, those shoes. Oh my God. I mean, I've seen some really amazing, crazy, wild shoes. I mean, I hate to even say this, but I don't know how anyone could even walk in them, but they are absolutely insane. They're so stunning. They're gorgeous.
Yeah, they're amazing. And again, they're this great kind of crystallization, which is a little bit of a pun because, of course, they're 3D printed crystals. So they actually scanned actual crystal clusters because, of course, you couldn't walk on real clusters.
Of course,
They would shatter. So they 3D printed them. And then she collaborated with Noritaka Tatahana, who's Lady Gaga's shoe designer and an amazing young Japanese shoe designer, to make he did the top. So it's laser cut leather that's been hand worked. So to me, again, it's a really great distillation of new technology, traditional craftsmanship, and an incredible collaboration of two individuals. So we're kind of excited. It's kind of new territory for us, but again, always in the service of kind of a bigger design idea.
Yeah, well, congratulations. I mean, this is just truly an exquisite exhibit. Well, I'm gonna go play with the dresses now. So.